You go to school after your
Yes, and I dropped the Torah out the window, and Dr. Sparks, listen, they locked me. Listen, I don't lie about anything. You don't know me good yet? My life is also a movie.
I don't know you well.
Dr. Sparks kicked me out of Hebrew school because I dropped the Torah out the window, and they locked me in the school because they were so upset that I dropped the Torah, and they sat me in that room.
You guys understand how bad that is, right?
Yeah,
I
was crazy. I was dumb as a kid.
No, because the Torah is not like the Bible.
No,
Yeah.
of course.
Like,
no, I get
And
it.
it was the scrolls,
So-
it was really bad, and then they made me stay there in this room until my dad came to pick me up, and they were like, don't ever let this kid.
Actually, the Torah is a part of the Bible. The Most High says he comes in the volume of the whole book. This is why the Most High said he shall send them a strong delusion. And we should also be appreciative of the blessing that the Most High gave us when it comes to this knowledge that's disparate from the majority of people, because the majority of people don't know what the hell they be talking about when it comes to the scriptures. Especially the woman. Like, the woman is not supposed to be talking about the scriptures when it comes to speaking about it amongst men and trying to, teach someone something. It's like, you don't know what you're talking about. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to blow up in your face because the scriptures are the scriptures. Learn in silence. You're not supposed to be trying to put somebody on about something in the Bible, correct somebody about the Bible when you don't even know what you're talking about. The Torah is a part of the Bible. But I just wanted to go into the 47 element with capital Steez because that was something that was a part of him and his programming. He was used as a sacrifice for Joey Badass. The number 47 being associated with the chakras, as well as 1947, the inception of the CIA in 1947, as well as the swastika. The swastika going back to the Nazis. This guy, Capital Steez, was someone who is what I would call like a buffer. He's one of them dudes that's in that same category like a Orlando Brown right now. Not Orlando Brown, in its entirety, just talking about right now. Like he's a revelatory character. That's what Capital Steez was. He was someone who pretty much was a revelatory character. He was a walking expose, per se. Like when you hear certain things that he would say, it was always an allusion to something that was, quote unquote, people would deem as like a conspiracy, but more so like if you had to understand it, you pick up on what he's talking about. For the most part, he would always allude to something that was revelatory. And like you understood that based off of that, he was somebody that you had to watch out for. It's usually those type of people like Nipsey Hussle. Like he was a quote unquote truther. He was someone who was speaking about things that was deeper than, the average, rapper and what they usually like, convey. You feel what I'm saying? So it's usually those people that you got to watch out for when it comes to, what's coming down the line. And it's funny enough because Nipsey Hussle was also someone that Johnny Shipes founded. Johnny Shipes was someone who was a Kabbalist. He talks about throwing out the Torah. That represented his pathway into something that was contrary to the Torah, which is, the Luciferian aspect. And it's something that we understand in terms of this society and, their trajectory in regards to these people that partake in these things. Capital Steez was most likely taught these things by a person like Johnny Shipes. I would not deny it, just in terms of the understanding of these people and what they adhere to and what they're a part of. So when you read something like this is surface level, but it's still something that holds true in regards to certain elements of the chakras. The reason why I'm talking about it on the surface is because the deeper elements go back to, like I said, the Nazis and the swastika, but the surface element still holds weight based off of, the heart versus mind, the chakras, so on and so forth. So in the context of Capital Steez, the number 47 held deep personal and spiritual significance for the late rapper. It wasn't just a random number, it was a representation of balance and interconnectedness. Symbolized by the 4th and 7th chakras, 4-7, heart and brain respectively, Steez incorporated this concept into his music and art, even using the stylized version of 47 as a symbol of peace and love. Here's a more detailed breakdown. Spiritual meaning, Steez believed 47 represented a perfect expression of balance in the world, stemming from the tension between the heart and the brain. It's funny because you have this album from The Game, the rapper The Game, called Drillmatic, Heart versus Mind. So he's someone who's also into the Kabbalah, the Luciferian aspect, because that's where it comes from, the chakras and whatnot. It's all Luciferian. That's all it is. Going into the Kabbalistic tree of life, as well as the caduceus. That's what it all is. The fourth striker is associated with the heart, love, compassion, while the seventh is associated with the brain, wisdom, higher consciousness, that high consciousness, that high frequency, enlightenment, where you reach that zenith. This is these concepts over and over and over. He used the number 47 in his debut album, American Corruption, right? Because the number 47 is associated with what started the corruption in America. I mean, it didn't start the corruption, but it was a part of it, which was the Nazis and the swastika, 1947 inception of the CIA. And his stickers with a visual resembling a swastika, but which he intended to represent peace and balance, not hate. So it's like he wanted to turn something from negative to positive, the as above, so below element. Bringing, the left with the right, per se. Just when it comes to the concept that he's pushing, but it's all under the same umbrella. The mystical significance. Steez and his followers also viewed the number 47 as a mystical force that followed him, appearing in coincidental places and events, further solidifying its importance in his worldview. Most of those coincidences is based off of predictive programming. And we already understand when it comes to, his demise, he was a sacrifice, allegedly.
Yeah. There they are. It's all good, man. It's all good, man. Here are the youngins that I was telling you guys about, man. Pro era in this bitch. Now this motherfucker, wait, hold on. Get right in the camera, hold on. This kid looks young. I mean, he's young, but take a look at him.
I'm 47 years old.
Tell me he's not 46 years old. There's no way you're 18, bro.
I'm saying, I don't know. I think it's like my second life or something.
These are the youngins, so pro era. J Capital motherfucking Steez, Joey Badass, CJ Fly, Dirty Sanchez, And there's like about 10 more of them that fucking usually mob crazy deep wherever we're at.
We some motherfucking apex predators. When it's the genesis, out for dead presidents, VPs, and delegates. Ain't smoking on the delicate, weighing out the heavy shit. You could get high off the smell of it. It's like dopey in nostrils, AK for your brain, made them open their chakras. Apollo's apostle, the stroke of Picasso. Benita Appleboom trying to go to Mikasa. She told me that she not bilingual, but got two tongues. If that's what you into, I got inside her mental. Chicks that I've been through was simple. Now I'm trying to figure how to bend spoons. The prodigy of an alchemist is in the goals in rotation, bringing amethyst. Must be out your cranium to even try and aim at this. I can't be a Satanist. I don't know who Satan is. Defy your limits. They thought that I would die, but I survived on spinach. Macho man, Pop, I did it, and I know you looking down, so Pop, I did it. The key to my lyric is my physics, astrophysical. I can tap into your spirit. Of course I'm talking to you, and of course I'm targeting you.
As you can see, Capital Steez here in the as above, so below pose. And when it comes to that video, it kind of represents as above, so below, where you go from the overground to the underground. And every time you see any motif with the underground, music videos and whatnot, it represents the worship of Hades, or the god of the underground, that being Osiris, the god of hell, so on and so forth, the chambers, the grave. That's what it represents. Just when it comes to the conveyance from the entertainment industry, where you go from the overground to the underground. Also, when you look at the music video for Jay-Z, Run This Town, they're in some sort of like underground tunnel. And you have this yellow lighting behind them. And they have on all black, representing the worship of Osiris, as well as them being Saturnians. And the sun, obviously, with the yellow motif. Just look at the music video for Run This Town. They're all wearing black and they underground. Run This Town representing Luciferian takeover. Representing the order of the new world when it comes to the advancement of Luciferianism. Also, Allie Carter, she was in that music video. And Allie Carter is one of the victims of Diddy, but it's more than meets the eye when it comes to that. But yes, Capital Steez is someone who was definitely put under the programming, and I believe Johnny Shipes is a handler. And I believe that he was the one that ordered this sacrifice, because Capital Steez, he jumped off the roof of the headquarters of the Cinematic Music Group. Very, very interesting that he jumps off that roof. Like, what caused him to do that? I believe it was part of the programming, but it also was part of the script for Mr. Joey Badass's ascension. And when it comes to like that introduction there where you saw him like introducing some of the members of Pro Era, he highlighted Capital Steez for a reason. And he said he looks 46. He didn't want him to keep emphasizing 47, because I believe Johnny Shipes understands the significance of that attachment to Capital Steez. How Capital Steez was so associated with that, or infatuated with that number. The swastika, in resemblance, representing good fortune, right? So there's a lot to it just when it comes to the layered understanding, because Capital Steez was someone who believed that he could, ascend just in terms of going into the spiritual world in regards to the esoteric understanding, opening up of the chakras and that belief system. He was someone who really believed that he would live forever. So the commitment to committing suicide, I don't think he was scared. I think he believed that he was someone who could, go up into the astral planes, just based off of his infatuation with, the chakras and all those different elements of esotericism and Luciferianism. Though to him, it seems like something that was good. And a lot of people, they look at those things as something that's good, like the universe and the chakras and all that stuff. All that stuff is just Luciferianism. See, this picture right here represents a form of predictive programming. It's like the imminence of his death, just when it comes to, what is foretold, what is foreseen, the foreshadowing. This definitely represents predictive programming. Just when it comes to the overall demise and what took place with Mr. Capital Steez on December 23rd or December 24th, 2012.